Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. I mean, it's been a heck of a long time. Last episode I did was with Mr. Felipe Chavez on his first fight. And he's already fought a second time and won. So, and those of you who are keeping track with that story. But with us today, we have a couple of stellar athletes from the Warrior baseball team. We have Rylan Hicks and David Gutierrez Jr., and they're going to go ahead and introduce themselves for you guys.
I'm Rylan Hicks. I'm a freshman, and I play third base.
I'm David Gutierrez. I play first base and pitcher, and I am a junior.
Well, super happy to have you guys here. We were discussing a little bit before the show, kind of why you guys were picked, and actually, I made the pick, but my dad, who is your guys' assistant coach, he was like, "You need to have these guys on. They just took all-tourney in the West Las Vegas tournament. You need to have them on." So you got to thank my dad for this for sure, because Lord knows if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't have made another episode till a month from now. But anyway, I wasn't present at the West Las Vegas tournament, so I don't really know too much about it. I just know that you guys had a loss in the first game, but then you came back and you won in style, dare I say. So I'm just going to let you two kind of tell me about that whole tournament and stuff, and kind of the experiences throughout.
Well, it was pretty fun. We played West Las Vegas in the first game, and they were pretty good. We stuck in for a while, but they ended up winning. But it wasn't bad.
And from what I understand, West Las Vegas is like the team to beat, right? Yeah. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, my dad couldn't emphasize enough the fact that you guys, kept up with them fairly throughout the game. You know what I mean? And let me just say, I mean, we'll get into last night's game a little later, but that's a different team I'm seeing out there. Honestly is. It honestly is. But we'll get to that here in a little bit. So, Junior, what do you got to say about that tournament?
Our bats weren't hot in the first game, but second game, third game, we were hitting, fielding, and just not much to it.
Tell me about that good old-fashioned walk-off that I hear about.
Oh, yeah, finally, I got to hit a ball for once. I hit a double and walk off the game. Alex was the winning run. He was on second. He scored, and I think that put us at fifth place or fourth place. Yeah. And
I was gonna say it should have been fourth place, because, ladies and gentlemen, these boys came back from West Las Vegas with an actual trophy for once. I mean, it's freaking awesome, and I emphasize the for once. But anyway, keep going.
Yeah, it was good, and then our pitchers, I feel like everyone did a good job pitching. Kenyon, me, and Joe. Joe had an amazing game pitching.
God dang, that was loud. He's coming around, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's turning into a pretty good athlete, I've noticed. And the surprising thing, I always expect a lot out of the kid because I see how good of an athlete he is. But then I got to remind myself, I say, well, damn, he's only a freshman, man.
Yeah,
he's only a freshman. He's got a long way to go.
Yeah. I feel like he's barely at his peak now, but later on, he's just getting better and better.
Yeah, you guys just got to work with him. I mean, you got one more year.
Yeah.
Granted, featuring in next week's episode, David Jr. is going to be back on the Warrior Wrestling podcast, and this is because he has got his second state title for the Warrior Wrestling program, and just kind of want to ask you while I got you on the microphone, how's that looking for baseball, buddy?
Like what?
Are you going to stick with it? Are you going to focus all your time on wrestling?
I haven't made my mind up yet because I don't know if I was going to play football, but I don't want to have regrets leading on my senior year. Just want to play every sport I can, and then whatever it offers me for college, I'm just going to stick with that. And so I'll still be around playing baseball, this and that, just having fun. But
Well, I mean, that's better than nothing. It's still uncertain, and you're kind of scaring me, but then whatever. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Anyway, back to Rylan. So, um, what are some of the takeaways that you had from the tournament? Like, what are some of the areas of improvement that you saw?
I think we played more as a team in this tournament, and rather than trying to do a lot by ourselves, I think we had a lot more connection to each other, and we did more together. Like, we had a lot of, what's it called, chemistry.
Well, I mean, it's a team effort in a sport like that. You know what I mean? It really is. I mean, all 9 players on the field really need to be locked in and in the game in order for the game to be won. And I can say this from experience. I played baseball since I was a little boy. I had actually quit baseball. I think it was my sophomore year. That was right when COVID hit, as a matter of fact. I got to play the only game that season. And it's because I was a JV player, and it was against Belen, and we got our asses kicked, but it's okay. I got to play one time that year. But it really is just a huge team effort, and if you don't have the chemistry there, and if you don't, trust your teammates, you're never going to get nowhere. But with you guys, like I'm saying, it looks like a different team out there, man. We'll get into last night's game a little bit. When I showed up, and I was on the late show, I'll be honest, that first game was kind of dull for the first half, okay, because I was on the late show. But when I got there, it was relatively close. I think it was 8-8 or something like that. And then you guys turn around, start having fun with it. I don't know what it was. Finish that first game 16-8. Tell me about that. Kind of, because I know my dad's one for pep talks and whatnot, and Scooby. I know Scooby. He's very high energy. So, I mean, what was the dugout like?
Everyone was hyped. We were getting chants going on. Just everyone walked in, get off the bench, get on the fence, and just like talk everybody up, watch the pitcher, look at his moves, like just speak loud, and just keep the energy going. And I feel like that's what helped us in the tournament too. We were loud and just having fun. We didn't take the game too serious as we should, and have fun with it. And then we had fun and won games.
And Rylan, I see you more and more at third base. How do you like that?
It's good. I'm still getting used to it, but it's been fun so far.
I tell you what, I've seen my dad play third base my whole life, and I know that you have to have a certain type of speed, and you almost got to be extremely tough or too dumb to care to play that spot. So I don't know which one you are, but you play it pretty good. So when you first started up with Warrior Baseball, as an athlete, that is, what was your initial position? What was a spot that you wanted?
I was playing second base.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was mostly playing JV last year, and it was fun. We had a lot of fun games last year, and it was fun.
And then so the move to third base, how did that all come about?
I'm not sure how it happened, but one day at practice they just asked me how I'd feel about third base. So I was like, sure, I'll try it, and that's how it started. And it's just been fun getting used to it.
So that kind of leads me back to what I was saying. You must have a pretty strong glove hand then, to get a spot like that, because you really need one. You know what I mean? There's two very, very crucial parts of an infield for me personally, and that's the catcher and that's the third baseman. You know what I mean? Of course, you need a good first baseman, you need a good shortstop, you need a good second base, but those two positions in particular, you almost have to be real tough and real keen to everything. You know what I mean? And so kudos to you, buddy. I've seen you play a whole bunch of third base in a lot of these varsity games that I've announced for you guys, and also seen on some away trips that I've been at. But yeah, so we're gonna take a quick break, real quick, just for the sponsors, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about last night's doubleheader. Welcome back from the break. Once again, I have Rylan Hicks and David Gutierrez Jr. right here with me. So we're going to talk a little bit about last night's doubleheader. I'll let you guys kind of fill me in on some of the details that I missed. The main detail I missed was the first half of the first game. Tell me how that went and why it was so close.
I felt like everyone's energy was down, but like as soon as we started hitting better, then we started getting a bit more hyped, and then we started hitting, fielding, and everyone was just knocking stuff down. I felt like wind was a big factor in the game. It was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad for me up there in the press box as well. I was getting beaten to shit. That's for sure. Rylan, let's hear a little bit about your. What was your? I don't want to say issue. What was the issue with the first half of the first game?
I guess we started like slow and like sloppy. We weren't playing like how we normally play. It was something different, but we kind of picked it up in the dugout, and then after that, we played better and won.
Like I was saying just before the break, so they went ahead and they beat Mescalero in the first game that they played Mescalero in a doubleheader last night. But they beat him in the first game 16-8. And when I had got there, it was actually, I think it was 6-8. You guys were up. And then Mescalero scored 2, tying the game. And then from there, they remained scoreless until the 7th inning when you guys finally called it a game. Now we'll get into the second game. The second game, you guys, I thought you guys were going to come out hot, and you kind of came out a little bland, if you ask me. I mean, it was, I don't know, because you guys finished that first game real good, and then the second game you come out and you're, I don't know. So tell me what happened there. Was it a little too lax in the dugout? What's going on?
Yeah, it was too relaxed. We were like, oh, we got to beat these guys, like. We already beat these guys, so I feel like everyone was just like, oh, just another game, like, we're going to win no matter what. So no one was as hyped no more, and just lack of energy.
I kind of had my suspicions about that because, I saw Mescalero, and they had the whole team. I mean, they were doing an entire warm-up again for the doubleheader, like if they had just, they basically said, screw the first game, we're going to start fresh. And, I mean, they really did. They did the whole stretch, the whole warm-up, all that good stuff. And then, it's typical after the game. You see you guys go grab something to eat from the concession stand or whatnot. But when I seen you guys go back, I think there was only a couple of people warming up, maybe Quay or something like that, because I know he was put in on the second game. And I was like, I don't know, maybe they feel good. Maybe they're all right, which, I mean, you probably did. You just came off of a decent win.
Yeah.
So, what were some of the issues? Just little errors and whatnot? Because if I remember correctly, you started out pitching the second game, right?
No, Kenny started off. I was supposed to close for him, and then I think Jake came in. Yeah, Jake came in and he closed off the game. I think 1 pitch in, and then ended the game.
It was 2.
Oh, 2 pitches, ended the game. Got that third out, and
the only reason I know it was 2 was because I didn't understand why they were switching you until it all clicked.
Yeah.
So what, you met your pitch count, right?
Oh yeah, it was my pitch count. I think I was at 111.
Okay, yeah. So I kind of figured that you had met your pitch count, and then Jakey comes in and throws a couple of pitches, and that was ball game. And thank God, because I was getting tired of being blasted by the wind up there.
Yeah.
But so that second game, I can't exactly remember the score of the second game, but I know it was up there.
Yeah, it was 10-8, I think.
10-8?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Mescalero, I mean, they still came in and they battled. I mean, I got nothing bad to say about that team. I mean, I hardly ever do about any team, but they came in and they battled, and honestly, I think the win was well-deserved for you guys. You showed, y'all were the better team that night. Good thing is, Mescalero beat TRC, so, I mean.
Yeah.
Now don't fill your head up or nothing, but
Yeah.
let's hear from you, Rylan. What was your takeaway from the second game?
Second game, I guess, since we had already beaten them pretty easily in the first game. Well, I wouldn't say easily, but
I was going to say that wasn't too easily, buddy.
we pulled away at the end. I think we kind of just went in expecting, like you already said, we expected to win again, and we kind of started off slow, but we ended up playing it back together and getting the win in the end.
And I can't remember. How much playing time did you have in that second game? You were in, right?
I played the whole game, though.
You did what?
I played the whole game.
Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure if they had swapped you out or not, because I know at the end of the game they had swapped in, who was it? Colin and Isaac. I believe they swapped them guys in, so I wasn't sure if you were part of that group as well that got swapped out. But anyway, now that we got the games covered, be sure to check out the Warriors as they play next week on Saturday. Is that correct?
We play Wednesday Albuquerque against Oakland Grove. And then
I'm talking about home games, homeboy.
No, Saturday it's Tier C, it's away.
Saturday is Tier C, it's away?
Yeah.
I need to update my calendar. You know what? Junior's going to let you know where you can see them all next week. Junior, go for it.
Just district or
Tell them the schedule for next week.
next week on Wednesday we play Oakland Grove in Albuquerque, and then the following Saturday we play Tier C for first district game in Tier C.
And ladies and gentlemen, that might be one of the games I will go to that's out of town. You said that was Saturday?
Yes.
That's too bad it's not on a Friday. I love to go over to that Johnny B's restaurant. They have clam chowder on Fridays. The best clam chowder I ever had. But anyway, we're going to get into a bit of a story time. So since Rylan's here, I figure it's not a bad place to start. So Rylan, me and your brother used to play with each other on the baseball team, and so I was an 8th grader, but they would take me along on the varsity trips because I could hit the ball real well, and so whoever needed a DH or something like that, that's kind of my job. Otherwise, I was just a cheerleader over there. Look, I ain't gonna lie to nobody, but I think there was this. We were in Ruidoso, okay. And it was either your brother or it was Xavier that I was hitting for. I was doing a pitch hit. And I go up, and from what I remember, they throw me a curveball. I think I'm at it was like a 2-0 count. They throw me a curve. And I swing, and when I swing at the ball, I got scared and pulled my bat back in, and the curve hit the bat while I was pulling in, and I hit that ball straight into my right eye. After doing that, though, I took off running to first base out of pain. I was trying to run it off, and they had to do everything but tackle me. And I was like, well, do I not get my base? I just got hit with the ball, and they're like, no, dude, you hit the ball. You hit the ball, okay? That's the correction there. I just remember Payson and Xavier saying, look at him, he looks like a caveman. Whoa, that's really crazy. Because my forehead was all swelled up. My eye was, and I'll show you guys the picture right afterward, but man, they were getting a kick out of it. My dad was pissed, but everybody else was having a great time. So, that's about as cool as my story gets. Y'all got anything better?
Just fell off the mountain while I was pitching.
You fell off the mound while you were pitching?
Yeah. Well, since I'm bigger than everybody else that I pitch with, so I have a longer stride, and their landing zone is shorter than mine, so my cleat got caught under it, and I fell while I was pitching.
You didn't hurt nothing, did you?
No, I got a strikeout off of it.
Nice.
Yeah.
At least it was worth it.
No.
I think I hold the record at that school for most broken bats in a season.
Yeah. No. Gabby, I think when his freshman year, he swung at every inside pitch with our wood bats, and I think he broke a total of 4.
I broke 27.
Oh yeah, no. He beat everybody
in one season. 27. 3 of which were in one game.
Dang.
My dad, he was pissed. He would just buy me the cheap bats at that point because no matter how expensive they are, or as a matter of fact, that gold bat that he uses as a fungo.
Yeah.
So that was the only bat I didn't break.
The Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the only bat I didn't. That's a lie. There's only 2 bats I didn't break. The first one was an all blue one, and I have that one at the house. That's a beautiful bat. But the second one was that gold one. And finally, my last year of playing, those were the last 2 that I ever hit with. But yeah, I had a problem. But here's the thing, though: with every broken bat, I had a base hit.
Yeah, I got one. I think I broke 2 bats. One was during batting practice, and my other one was a game against Cobra. I got a single off of it, and after that, it was just firewood.
But you guys are lucky. God dang it, spilled all over myself. You guys are lucky nowadays, though, because you don't have to use the wood bats.
Yeah, it's a big change.
I know it's a big change. You probably hit a lot farther, too.
Yeah.
See, we were playing in Magdalena, and with that same bat that I was telling you about, that gold one, I hit a ball. It was about eye level. I don't know why I like them high ones, okay? I hit a ball about eye level, and it flew and flew and flew, and I promise you, it hit the top bar of the center field fence. I mean, just 2 inches taller, 2 inches more elevation on that ball, and it would have been over that fence. That would have been the one and only home run I ever hit, and it was robbed from me. And then I don't know how to unhook a trailer, so I only got a double off of it. As a matter of fact, you could ask my dad in this one. So, we were playing TRC, and I got a tremendous hit, and I'm running. Mind you, I was a catcher for those JV games. So the farthest they'd let me run is first base, and that was about it. But for whatever reason, they decided to send me. Well, they sent me to second, and they kept telling me to stop. I didn't stop. I kept going to third. Well, he already had the ball waiting for me right there. So I dipped down to slide, but I've never been great at sliding. And my cleat got caught, and I shot up, and I just did a barrel roll. And what had happened was, while I was sliding into third, when I came up while I was rolling, I kicked the dude in the chest with my middle cleat. He fell backwards and dropped the ball, and I landed on third base. They called me safe. Isn't that great? And then big shout out to Tiny Tim, Derek Lucero. So he was my runner right after that because I was gassed.
Yeah.
I don't know who thought to send him to steal home. He didn't. He got out. So all of that hard work and wasted energy for someone to send him. Homeboy didn't even miss the ball behind the plate. And they sent him. You tell me how that makes sense. It don't. That's how.
Sound like Kenyon last night.
What do you mean?
He was trying to get as much stolen bases as he could, and Angel got hit with one of the pitches, and he wanted it to count. He said he was already on third, and he just said it was a waste of his time, a waste of his energy. And then we switched off, me and Kenyon. I'm batting 3-hole now. He's batting fourth. Hits a triple. I score, and I'm out of breath. He's on third, out of breath. He gets in the dugout, and we're just on the bench trying to breathe. It was tough.
Rylan, you're awfully quiet, buddy. Well, I want you to talk.
Well,
Are you always this quiet? Are you this quiet in the dugout?
No, the dugout is pretty loud.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just nervous, I guess.
Well, tell me something about swim or something. I know you're part of that, ain't you?
Yeah, that was
How did that go?
good. We did pretty good this year. We had we had our first swimmer qualify for state in I think 10 years.
What was that, Caden?
Yeah,
Caden Dow, right?
Caden Dow, yeah. He did pretty good.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to do a swim episode. Actually, I gotta get in touch with him. But yeah, swimming seems like a hard sport to master. What all does that take, man?
It takes a lot of hard work and it takes a lot of hours in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun because we have good coaches and they're fun. So
what's your record time?
my fastest, it just depends on the stroke, but the fastest I've gotten is 30 seconds in the 50 free.
I feel like that's good. Is that good?
It's good for me, but
It's good for you?
yeah.
That's a good answer. That's a great answer. Well, I mean, these are two of the many exceptional athletes that come from Socorro Warrior Baseball. These two in particular, once again, they won the all-tourney award at the West Las Vegas tournament, along with their team bringing back a fourth-place trophy back to Socorro. Very big wins in those games in that tournament, and something to hold your guys' head high on. Like I've said probably 1,000 times already, but that's a different team out there, and if you have yet to go watch a Warrior baseball game, I really recommend you do. It's a great time. There's some great food in the concession stands. It's a real good atmosphere, and it's free. So, there's no better reason than that. It's free. So come on out, and once again, this is Rylan Hicks and David Gutierrez Jr. on your latest episode of Warrior Talk. And we wish you guys the best of luck next week as you travel out of town and take on your first district game. And go Warriors.